Alexikweme University is a Nigerian federal institution established in 2011, located in Ebonyi State, a southeastern state in Nigeria. Since the administration of Professor Chinedum Nwajiuba in 2016, as the Vice Chancellor, many developmental projects in terms of physical structures, establishment of more academic programs, and most especially research collaborations with various research institutes and companies within and outside Nigeria have been the trend of the university. The AE FUNAI collaboration with IMAPS, the Institute for Material Applications and 3D Printing Solution, is one of such collaborations which seeks to provide the necessary equipment and training of skilled manpower which would enable AE FUNAI to conduct research in the area of product design and documentation. Professor Chinedum Nwajiuba highlights the core aim of the collaboration.
It's the era of the 3D. It's a period of rapid change, and the university has to be part of that process. FUNAI is a university that aspires to be world class. FUNAI is a new university that, as we say, will try to justify being established. And FUNAI is a university that has to operate at the topmost level globally. That's the fundamental issue, the idea that's led to most of the things we try to do in FUNAI. A university of this time, a university of the future. And that's where that relationship comes in. But I must also say that we're very lucky. We've reached a stage where a significant number of our staff are motivated to think out of the box. This relationship is something that clearly has come as a result of relationships established by our staff, in this case Chiaka, whose contacts with Brado in Germany has led to the interest in FUNAI, and we have welcomed them because we appreciate that.
The 3D technology will be used to generate product-based data which will be used within the academic environment. At the moment, IMAPS has provided a 3D scanner, a 3D printer, vernier calipers, a laptop, and other printing accessories. Consequently, the Vice Chancellor has established a 3D research station and appointed Chiaka Nnodi as a center coordinator.
I teach textile designs and art history. And I'm also the coordinator of the 3D research station, AE FUNAI. 3D printing or manufacturing is the process of creating three-dimensional solid objects using a digital file. And the process of creating these 3D solid objects is achieved by using the additive processes. With the advent of new technology, the computer-aided 3D designs, a 3D printer, it has opened a lot of frontiers, for medical technology, manufacturing, engineering. There's a potentially powerful use of these tools in conservation, preservation, and restorative aspects of ancient art and modern art. And that's where AE FUNAI kind of comes in at this time. We have this vision or this goal of creating a 3D museum where we preserve our Nigerian artifacts, relics, and monuments. And that's where we're starting from. So people could come here in the future and you will see those things you see in the regular museums or in different parts. You could actually come to our museum and see them documented. And that just documented in 3D, a way of presenting it in a new way. Right now, what we are working at is trying to document some of our sculptural pieces as a test run for this project. I think where we want to start is from the southeast, maybe documenting like our Igbo sculptures, those relics from the southeast. That's where what we're going to be working on next. But right now, what we've been trying to do is experiment and try to document our artworks in the sculpture studio, finally apply that. We also have this aspect. We want the engineering faculty to come in, and they could come in the aspect of using it to print spare parts. We are looking at students using, trying it out, printing parts of machines that we use in the offices and see how well it works. We are going to take it to the next level, where we'll be working with industries and doing product designs for them. And we keep working at the research station till we get it right. And then key into collaboration with these industries and companies. Then the part that I find very exciting is the medical field. The medical field, especially the dental health, using it to print dentitions and all that. And since we have started our medical school, it's imperative that they will key into this technology, because that's where we are right now.
Dr. Nwajiuba, an associate professor in the Department of Languages, again throws more light on the aim of AE FUNAI IMAPS agreement.
The Steinbeis Institute for Materials and Applications team that visited AE FUNAI in April 2018 entered into an agreement with Alex Ekwueme Federal University in Fuadike. Chief among the objectives of that agreement is that IMAPS shall provide technical assistance. And when I say technical assistance, I mean in the area of training or making available manpower. They have to train the manpower, skilled manpower, that will retrain our students in the Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, and Faculty of Humanities. These are the three faculties that their students actually need this 3D facility equipment. One is that since the machine is all about reproduction of models, and these three faculties are really in need of this, because that is where today's research is going into. So now FUNAI has on its part fulfilled the first term of reference, and that is providing a space for the equipment. AE FUNAI has done that. There is now a place for the 3D equipment machine, and the second leg of this agreement is now for AE FUNAI to visit IMAPS. Why are they going to visit IMAPS? They now have to go and tell them, this is how far we've gone. I know that we have started courses for 100 level and 200 level students of the Department of Fine and Applied Arts. Now, since the courses are already running, now we have to go to IMAPS and tell them, this is what we have done so far. And for your own part, you are now supposed to say, how are we going to consolidate this agreement, the implementation of the terms of reference?
Chiaka highlights one of the benefits of the AE FUNAI IMAPS agreement, which is to establish the Institute for Material Application and 3D Printing Solution.
In that MOU, IMAPS, what they bring for us is their expertise in 3D printing and the material science and training and all that. AE FUNAI, what we are bringing into this collaboration is the aspect of product design, product development, and education. We have tried to introduce this 3D technology to our students. We started, first of all, some of the staff who got involved. We tried to familiarize ourselves with how this thing works. Now in Fine and Applied Arts, we have a course. We teach year 1 and year 2 students. It's called 3-dimensional design. We have it in 2 models, and in that course, they are introduced to the aspect of forms in ceramics, sculpture. And so what we did was to introduce them to this 3D using a computer-aided design to achieve those things, those 3-dimensional forms they do in ceramics and sculpture as a way of, let people get to understand what 3D is about. So we are working on that. Students are getting involved, and I think we're also working on the aspects of trying to document.
The former Director of Research and current Dean of Postgraduate School, Professor A.D. Akoh, foregrounds the research benefits of the project.
The Memorandum of Understanding with IMAPS was signed by my university, and it was done under my watch as Director of Research. We love it. It's a welcome development. Actually, we need to put on record that this agreement, this collaboration came with an initiative from one of our staff in the Department of Fine and Applied Arts. We in research believe that this is going to enhance the status of our university, as will be evidenced in the final outcome. And so far, we have developed a curriculum for a 3-month training of staff and of course non-staff. And the essence is to build up capacity for the production of 3D printing of materials that we might in later times commercialize. We believe we have the expertise now at the minimal level, but with time, because of the curriculum that we've already developed, and which we hope to take off soon, we should be able to have enough capacity for not just the production of these materials, but also for an extended training, of people from outside our university. And also we hope to make AE FUNAI the driving engine for 3D production within the Nigerian university system. We also need to state that this is about the first time that this is happening in a university system. And so with the vision of our university to become a world-class university, and with the cooperation and the promise that we're getting from IMAPS, we hope to achieve this aim in no time.
In recent times, we've been in a number of institutions out there in the world. We worked closely with institutions in France, and Germany, in the US, last year in Ohio, and then it really dawned on us that the 3D is something which serious institutions, universities have all moved into, establishing units. If you take the French example, a unit that takes it further into raising a generation of young entrepreneurs who are able to articulate things in relationship with the industry.
Last year, we developed a curriculum that we could use to introduce students and anybody who wants to learn 3D, a kind of certificate program we could use to introduce people to the 3D and printing technology. But we have this projection. We are hoping to bring it to take it as a program in the school on the PG level. From the discussions we had with Professor Brando, who was the one that brought this to us, so there is, we have this aspect that we want them to, help us to equip a lab, that we can use and train our students at that level. And so we are looking at these things. These are our future projections. But meanwhile, what we're doing is trying out this technology and getting people involved, see what it's all about, and then we'll take it to the next level.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, sir.
I recall the last time we talked about two-dimensional design, but today we are going to look at three-dimensional design. Of course, to give a recap of what we talked about the last time, we talked about two-dimensional. You're looking at art that has only the length and the breadth, that can't stand on its own. It's just an artwork that you can hang on the wall. But when we talk about three-dimensional, you're looking at art in the round, art that has both the length, the width, and then the breadth, that you can stand and then you can walk around it. It can stand. It's a freestanding art. And when we are looking at such as, we are looking at something like sculptural work, and when we talk about 3D, in this aspect that we're looking at scanning this thing, we're looking at art that we use to document monuments. Look at this art piece, it's in 3-dimensional, but of course, you cannot really represent this thing in a film, except if you scan it. And what is done is that you use a 3D scanner. This is a 3D scanner. Of course, you have to plug this into a laptop and scan it, get it into a laptop, and then this is what you use. By the time you get it into a laptop, it shows the 3D the way it looks, that like acting around. And this is the printer, what you use to print. This is the transparent one, and this one is the darker one. If you get it into the printer, of course you have materials to use in measuring what you want to print. Depending on the height or so we want it. This is a caliper. It is area that you use to get the measurement before you get it into a printer, and then from the laptop, then get into a printer. Of course, it prints just this way, and when it is printing, it sticks on the printer, and this is the scraper that you use. It's a regular scraper you can get the printers use. By the time you are printing on the 3D machine, it sticks, because it sticks at the bottom when it's printing. So the scraper is what you use to bring it out, just like the edge here, and this is what you use to clean it up. This is the time you use to clean it up from this 3D printer, and every other thing you need from this. The fact about the 3D is that it gives a precision of what you have scanned into it, and that is the better way of documenting our monuments. By the time you get this into, you can get as many monuments, as many artwork as you can. This is the 3D machine. So if you get your monument into the computer, you plug it into the 3D, and then if you on, it begins to print based on what you have on the computer. That you can measure it based on what you have and what you want, and that's how you use this thing to measure, and whatever you get from the computer is what we're printing out here. It sticks around this and when it sticks, it prints. After printing, what you do is you use the scraper and you scrape it. It's just like when you are doing this importer you scrape it out. It also sticks as if it will be too dark, but if you put this under it, it will scrape out, and then you use this solver to clean up the place so that it will look so neat. This is one of the resource persons, one of the lecturers. He helps in getting whatever we want to scan into the laptop, getting a measurement we want before it gets into the scanner. It's so valuable in this aspect that it takes students through their assignments and is helpful.
I feel it has been very useful. As a child, I've viewed this 3D printer in movies and all that. And what it has done, it has brought me closer to understand what it really means and how it can be useful to my art production and my art learning.
Well, I feel very excited about the 3D printing machine. I'm actually very happy that it's been introduced in school, because I've seen a whole lot of 3D printing or movies in which 3D printing was actually used to like duplicate artifacts or duplicate artworks. And being a fine art student, I'm really excited about it. So yeah.
Director for the Center for Development Assistance Management, Partnership and Training, Chinedum Part, equally sheds more light on the benefits of the project.
This partnership with IMAP is a particularly exciting one. One of the advantages is that it puts Alex Ekwueme Federal University in Nufualike, Nigeria, as a center of gravity in 3D training, research, and adoption for solving local problems.
We've gone as far as having units of innovations where engineers, industrialists, producers, manufacturers interface with university researchers and able to conceptualize, design parts of what they need, machineries and such things. And after doing that, able to use the 3D technology to produce those. That's some of the things we've seen. And so when we had this opportunity, we grabbed it because our students should be able to benefit from this, because we're training people who should operate at the global level.
AE FUNAI is ready to embrace a 3D technology, as evident by the developmental strides taken so far. The university, through the AE FUNAI 3D research stations, proposes to create a virtual museum with which to document monumental artifacts of the Nigerian people, starting from its current location, which is the southeastern part of the country. The IMAPS-AE FUNAI collaboration will have positive effects on the university and, in extension, the state. We are therefore hopeful that IMAPS will ensure that the understanding of the agreements are met.